when you look at the clubs that are left in the playoffs right now, they're not necessarily the clubs that have spent millions and millions of dollars on one superstar, and it's something that point's been made a lot this year about all the superstars coming to MLS. But you guys, like a lot of the clubs that are left, have built around having a deep team. The players that you feel have fit into the system. Why do you think that has worked out?
Why has it worked out? Well, I think it's worked out because, like you said, we've got a team concept. We have a lot of depth, which has allowed us to manage, injuries, international call-ups. It's allowed us to be flexible at times, tactically. This is it's a big question. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of layers to that answer. And I think there's no one way to skin the MLS cat.
It's going to be different from team to team, and some organizations choose to spend their money differently than others, and for sure, there can be issues with that. But I don't think there's any issues with this team, and everybody's, like I said, very, very tight-knit group, and I don't think that salaries even comes into play in terms of pulling us apart at all.
You've seen teams that have done it the way we've done it, and it's worked out. You've seen teams that have done it the way, like an LA Galaxy has done it, and that's worked out too. So I think there's no right or wrong, but I think when you're clear in how you're doing it, I think that's the key. Is being clear in your philosophy of how you're running your club. And we're very clear with how we're running a club, and I wouldn't say we're a team that doesn't spend. We spend money, but we're realistic too. We know we're not going to spend as much as some of the other clubs, and we don't feel we also need to be able to compete.
This is just a team that will play for each other. When you have sometimes those big stars, you have to play for them. But this team, everyone is playing for each other. So that's just what is the difference, And playing for each other is the most important thing in the game. So we don't really need big stars. If we are going all the way, what do we need big stars for? We are doing it, right?
Do you think that maybe helps the chemistry and cohesion a little bit?
Definitely. It helps the chemistry because it's very easy for me to understand Valeri, and it's very easy for Darlington to understand me, because Darlington, maybe he would not go to speak to Donovan, but he would come and speak to me, and I would speak to him as well. So it's a lot of chemistry, related with guys that you guys are together and young together, and you can talk whatever you want to say to him and tell him, yeah, do this or do that. So it does a massive thing to the team.